Good morning, YouTube. This is man always George Page coming to you live on YouTube. Well, last night was an event. It was UFC 266, and the main event was Volkanovski versus whatever his name is, versus Brian Ortega. Brian Ortega, man, you don't need no women in your life. You don't need you and Tracy Cortez don't need to be together, and you can't keep on stalking Claudia Gadelha. I mean, she put it on you, son. I think your career in MMA is done. You are a borderline pretty boy, and I think you have a great career. But anyway, enough about that crap. Truthfully, the fight should have main event is the fight for the women's flyweight championship with the champion Valentina the Bullet Shevchenko versus Lauren Method. Some people say I should not call her that, but you know what? I'm not a fan of her. I don't like her. I think I understand she was a former addict, but the fact is, the problem is she has that attitude that she thinks that somebody owes her anything, and they don't owe you shit. So, Lauren Meth Head Murphy, or everybody might want to call him Lucky Murphy. And this fight, there was so many predictions, people. There was people who are haters of Valentina were sure that Lauren Murphy had a chance. Lauren Murphy's tough. Tough don't mean anything. You remember, Jessica Andrade was strong, and strength don't mean anything, especially if you have somebody who is well-rounded as Valentina Shevchenko. I mean, the face-off, was the other day, and Valentina was just, you look at that, and you can see Lauren. She's brave in the face, but in the back of the head, she's saying, "I'm about to get my ass handed to me. I got a game plan, but I don't think it's gonna work." See, this is like this. You're a checker player playing against a chess master, and I don't think you have the tools. So anyway, as the fight started, Lauren, her interest music was Bad to the Bone. You gotta be kidding me. Bad to the bone. You're gonna be beaten to the bones, but you're not that bad to the bone. And in Valentina, her music was just something I think would sound like it was maybe kind of, I can't really put my hands on it, but it was different. No, there was no singing to it. It was just, it was something very, I think, traditional music or something like that from her country. Or, she spent a lot of time in around the South America and Central America, so maybe something like that too. So, as Valentina is the dominant champion. She is the current undisputed women's flyweight champion. She has been champion since she earned the title back in 2018 when she beat Joanna Bochenko for the championship. As you know, originally she was to face the original champion, Nico Montano, but Nico, she kind of sabotaged herself because she was scared to fight Valentina. And you've seen my slides before. You saw that, Nico was scared. So anyway, the fight starts out. Both ladies just filling each other out. Just going around, and with her skill set, Valentina kept the octagon cut. She kept, and she throw in that's just killer rights and lefts and combination. In one point, throw a combination of a right and throw in an elbow too. And I gotta give it to Lauren Murphy. She has a chin on her, but Valentina, her kicking skill is just. It's undeniable. She just, she hits Lauren with a kick, barely kind of graced her. If she really had got the full point of her foot on Lauren's face, Lauren had been out in the sleep. I mean, and Lauren, she was putting up a good. I'm not gonna say no. Lauren was put up something, but not much of a defense. And Valentina's one of the best counter fighters around. I mean, she has great defense, a great skill set, and she was just tagging Lauren Murphy, just tagging her throughout the fight. I mean, just hitting her with the right in the jaw and hitting that eye. I mean, that eye was getting busted. I mean, if you look at it, I thought at one point it was a little cut under the eye, and I think it's just. And, she was just hitting her with the lefts, just going at her. I mean, Lauren looked like she just backed it up quite a few times and just attacking her with that foot. I mean, like I said, her kicks are just skillful. They're, just accurate. There's just, she's pinpointing body shots. And then that, the Superman punch, that one was it just hit on the money about every other time. I mean, I think Lauren tried to attempt a Superman punch one time, but it wasn't accurate enough. And then there was a takedown around about the midway through the fight, and it wasn't enough time for to Valentina do much. That I think it was about the second round ended. And and Lauren she even tried to hold Valentina against the cage, but she wasn't strong enough. I mean, not strong enough. And Valentina just hitting her with body shots and kick to the lower abdomen, just destroying, just tearing Lauren Murphy apart. Look at her, she's breaking her up in the inside. And then at one point, Lauren did grab the leg, but even grabbing that leg, doing the kick. Valentina hit her in the face, hold up her jaw, hit her in the face, and just, Lauren just looked like she's running away. I mean, and she's getting bust up. I mean, one point, yes, around about the fourth round, Valentina did take a little stumble, but that wasn't, and I know the crowd was hating. They were saying, yeah, but that still didn't mean anything. Remember that year when Ali had the guy, Chuck Wemner, step on his foot, and he fell. People call that a knockout. No, that was a stumble. That was all what happened to Valentina. And then Valentina hits, Lauren Murphy with another mean right, and Lauren she just seized up. You know what I mean? If she was just pushing her back, hitting against the cage, Lauren grabbed her, try to pretty much stall the inevitable. And what happened? Got on the ground. And then what happened? Ooh, Lauren's getting elbows getting dropped on like rain. Lauren and look, that's Keith Peterson. Keith Peterson looked like a shooter. Went for that big, weird neck tattoo. Keith Peterson looked like a insurance salesman. I mean, and like my man coach said, he's wearing the freaky babies. I mean, I was just, like I said, last time I was watching my man, the coach, on his Combat Sports. He was doing color commentary of most of the fight, and I came in just the right time when they just about to start the fight with Valentina and Lauren, and it's just she just dropping the elbows, and pretty much it was all over. There goes Lauren Murphy sitting there, and you had nothing. How many people have said this since Valentina's been champion? Said they had a plan. Do my joke and say you never had a plan, Lauren. You were just a dog chasing cars, and you just didn't have anything. I mean, I was surprised that the fight even got to the fourth round. One point it should have been ended, but we got it. Like I said again, Lauren Murphy's tough. She's one of the, other than Joanna and what's her name, Jennifer Maya, are the only two people that went a full 5 rounds with Valentina. With Joanna, her and Valentina have a history, and with Jennifer, remember Valentina's got off of a medical suspension, so she hadn't done a lot of training. So I think she was just kind of take it easy because she was covered from an injury. So Valentina once again with a 6th title defense, a 6th dominant title defense ever since winning this title, 6. And this is, I think, just about to break the record. I think she surpassed. She's tied with Ronda Rousey, and I think she's just maybe 2 more title defenses to beat. I think Joanna Rick. I think Joanna has 7, I believe. If I get around, if you follow women's MMA, especially just MMA in general, I think originally, I think Joanna surpassed it. I think Ronda had 5, Joanna has 6, and I think she's tied with Joanna. And there's a good chance she's going to surpass that record, being the most winningest female champion. She might even, she might even go up to surpassing, Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes, I think she has about 4 or 5. So they might be tied. But we're still waiting on that possible future Nunes versus Shevchenko 3 fight. As you know, people don't want to see because Valentina lost twice to Amanda Nunes, but still, it's a fight worth having. Who else is there to fight for? There's no point in fighting Jessica Andrade again because I think she beat Jessica in the second round, but more likely she'll be the first round. Katie Chikagian, she's too scared. I don't see anybody have a real shot. Now for Lauren Murphy, as you know, I'm not a fan of Lauren Murphy. I will never be a fan of Lauren Murphy. I think she's just one of these people that you just don't like. And yes, I make comments about I call her Method Murphy. Yes, she has a drug addict past, but I don't like her. And like I said, I have people in my family that had been through this. I had my sister, she recovered from that. She used drugs, and I won't put this on her, but like I said, Lauren Murphy's not my family. But here's the thing for her. Now, what's her future? retirement. She's 38 years old. You can't, like my dear lovely lady who I'm a fan of, Maureen, she was 47 years old, and she did pretty good for a woman 47 years old. Especially you got into the game a bit late. For Lauren Murphy, I know she's going to drop down the rankings because, she was number 3. Now she's going to drop down the rankings. From what I heard, she's already been in the gym, so focus on that. Be a trainer and a teacher. Get out of the sport. Maybe we'll fight maybe 1 or 2 more fights just to make a little extra money for help for your gym, but pretty much you're done. I mean, you can't keep on going, especially you got people coming up like Tal Santos, Manon Ferriat. There's a long list of up-and-comers, and you're not going to stand a chance with these young girls coming in. So I think your future is, you have a husband, you have a kid. I think they would like to rather see you at home with them than keep going fighting. Valentina is the queen of this division, and she is standing tall. I don't see anybody right now, unless by some crazy Conor McGregor leg broken situation, she ever lose a fight. But like I said, not everybody can stay defeated. But but she's still looking for that revenge against Amanda Nunes, and she might get it. As you know, there's not any other real fights worth setting up. We got Rose versus Wally Zhang, which to me is a trash fight. It shouldn't even happen. We got Juliana Pena versus Amanda coming up, and we're hoping that Pena can maybe pull something out, but there's some doubts. And the bantamweight division, as you know, Amanda's also standing on top of that. So in the featherweight division, she's there too, and I wish they didn't build that division. There's fighters out there who love to come over to the UFC, especially at 145, and you can't use that excuse that women at 145 can't be pretty. There's some very attractive women who are big women. I said this about also my sport of bodybuilding. There's some very muscular women who are very attractive women also. But like I said, Valentina is just a dominant champ, and I don't see her losing this title anytime soon. She might just retire undefeated flyweight champion and just hand it to somebody else. She already has a future plan. She's acting in Halle Berry's upcoming movie. There's a good chance you might see her in some more movies. She's gonna be very wealthy. Maybe when she's done with fighting, she can settle down and find that perfect man for the perfect woman. And I think it's John Wick or maybe Jason Bourne. But anyway, I want to say congratulations to the Bullet. Great fight. You really put on a show, a clinic. And I think somebody should use this for like a study on how to be an overall great fighter. It's me on the Waitress page. Don't like, subscribe. Don't subscribe. I'm out.